Horse Center, everybody. We kick off this week with a fabulous guest. I'm not even introducing myself first like I usually do, but returning with us is multiple stake-winning jockey Kendrick Carmouche, and of course, my lovely co-host at Swiss Army Sean. How is everybody tonight?
You know,
Kendrick's on.
There, I got him. We had you muted there for a second, Kendrick. Everything
why
good?
why y'all gonna do that to me? Y'all bring me to the show and y'all got me on mute, man. Cut it out, man.
So the horse racing today fans know that you've been on before, so we're going to keep all the regular, starting out questions to the side. I just want to jump right into it. Your comeback this year. Walk us through a little bit, for the ones that don't know, about what happened, the slight layoff you had, and how you found the winner's circle quickly on, I think it was day 2 back on your return.
Just bad situation happened in the morning. It's part of riding. It's part of the game. You never know when you're gonna get hurt. You just hope that it never happens. But I had a filly reared up with me and accidentally hit the top of my ride in my ankle, so I had like a small hairline fracture, and doc told me I had to be out to 3 to 4 weeks, and just a lot of ice, a lot of heat, just relaxing, try not to gain weight because I got to come back in 4 weeks. A lot go into just having a mindset, I usually, whenever I did get hurt, I don't watch horse racing. I usually switch my mind off, but in 3 to 4 weeks, I had to stay in tune with it. And just the comeback, I work hard, 4 weeks, I was ready to rock and roll. Couldn't sit down, I'm ready to get out there, it's something that I love doing,
And you look like a superstar when you came back. I personally watched, Andre, my husband, he's watching. Kendrick is kind of his idol, his guru. Kendrick helps him out a little bit, and we watch him. So I was watching him out there, and he looked like he never missed a beat. So you look strong, you look good. And I believe it was day 2 back. You won your first race back, right?
Yeah, I won my first race back, man. It felt really good, the winner circle and just hearing the people cheer for you just makes you feel good. They don't forget about you. You can get right back in the saddle and start back where you left off. I had a good week this past week, winning 4. So and just try to play catch up. It's all a catch up at this point.
Absolutely. Sean, how are you doing over there tonight?
I'm doing good. So, Kendrick, what's that anxiety like when you really want to get back? You finally do get back that first ride. Do you still get the butterflies and stuff?
Nah, not really, Sean. I don't get the butterflies no more. It's just the biggest thing is when you're getting close to being back riding, it's just like the walls are caved in. Like it's at that point, like just get me out of here, It was at that point. So as y'all can see, I was ready to rock and roll when I came back.
And I think I had chimed in there right on your return, and I said, you made it, friend. For those that don't know, I've known Kendrick for over 15 years. So I've seen him come up. And when I saw him come off of the small layoff named in the Gotham Stakes, I gave him a call and I said, you made it. I said, you were out on injury and you're named on the Gotham, you're named in the Gotham. I said, you did it, friend. So we are always watching and cheering. Andre's here. Look at that sexy chocolate man, he says. We do have a question already coming in from Jordan Parks. 4 weeks from a fracture is a quick recovery. Any lingering pain or stiffness?
To be honest, I'm probably about 95%. My calves, my Achilles is really tight because we sit with our heels down a lot when we ride, and we sit squatting the whole time. So I was stretching it, but it's never enough to stretch it when you're on the horse. So just a little stiffness. I gotta still put ice on it and soak it, but with the bone feel good. I feel steady in the saddle and everything. That's the best thing.
That's amazing. And Terry, hey, when are you coming to Golden Gate Fields to ride? Terry wants everybody at Golden Gate. We're going to all take a trip one day. Would you ever go to the West Coast out there and take your tack?
The money is right. I like to go ship in and get the money. That's
Bring it home.
I love taking planes out and going and see people and seeing areas. That's what's good about life.
Grandma Horse Racing says great smile. Yes, everybody loves Kendrick's smile. We know that. So you're coming back this year. You've already got 30 wins. That's pretty amazing. But I want to I look at everybody's stats and I'm just amazed when I see numbers like yours, 22,516 mounts in your career. That's 22,000 horses you've thrown your legs over. That's just incredible. It blows my mind to even think of a number like that. I mean, walk us through a little bit. We know your story, but walk us through. I mean, does it feel any different from now to back then? When you were at 1,000 versus 22, when you walk out to the paddock?
I mean, that's a very good answer because a very good question because like you say 22,000, but how many horses we got on in the morning? How many we got on in the morning? Was it 10? Was it 15,000? So, people don't understand how much jockeys go through and athletes in this game. Everybody just think of the afternoon. So, it don't just start there. So you can add probably another 12,000 rides in the morning, just getting to at the caliber of jockey that I am today. It's just, you got to put in the work.
And let's talk a little bit about that, about work, morning work. It seems to differ across the board at different locations. This was something that we talked about a little bit. We had asked a question publicly a few months ago about working tracks. You've been at working tracks. What are your thoughts? How they work in the morning versus you're at NYRA where they bring you guys out to work horses? I mean, is it truly just a lack of exercise riders or is it a lack of wanting to pay?
New York don't have that problem. They got very good gallop hands up there. They work their horses. I mean, I only get on probably 3 horses a week in New York, the tops, just working horses, in the summer it's really tough. So, in the summer I get on probably 6 through Belmont meet through a week, and Saratoga is just different. I can get on 7, 8 horses a morning until the time we get out of there, like that's the toughest meet, so, but you just maintaining yourself and just keeping yourself in the game is the hardest thing, you just got to stay focused.
But what do you think about the guys at Charlestown and the smaller tracks that are out there getting on many every day? Do you think that I mean, how does that play even, with the guys who are able to be more competitive at higher tracks when these guys are having to do double the work? You've been there.
Well, I can't judge because, I work as hard as I did to get where I'm at today, so I can't really judge if the big guys don't have to do as much as the little guys because it's all where you start off at and what you put forward through effort enough to be in their presence and riding with them, so I've been everywhere. I've done everything. I didn't jog horses, gallop horses, work horses. I didn't done it all, still today, if anybody need help and they struggling and they can't get a horse out, I'm that person. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. You don't have to ride me on the horse. I just feel like you would do the same for me. I felt like it.
Yeah, and you said the amount of horses you've been on. How about miles too? And I know every jockey that's a little different too, but tons of miles. Like you were at Parks today. So talk about your mount today at Parks and the track that was quite sloppy.
Yeah, I knew my horse wouldn't like the racetrack too much. You don't like the sloppy track, but I'm getting back in the groove, Sean, with riding, and this goes out to every jockey that's coming back off an injury. The best thing to do is just try to ride each and every day, just to get that mentality back in your mind again. I just want to stay in the fight. If I got to go ride one, I'm gonna just go ride and try to do the best that I can because I want to make sure that I'm ready for whenever I get back to Aqueduct Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's just that's what I do for myself. That's what that's one more day I can keep my weight, low. That's one more day I can eat a little less because you usually don't eat as much as long as you ride, and so that's some of the things that I do just to help me in my mind, in my career, so that's just staying fit, man. Just staying fit. I want to make sure I'm ready. They got opportunities coming. I'm trying to get on fire as much as I can the next couple months because
absolutely,
the Derby coming.
Derby to me, yes. I was gonna get there. I was gonna ask. You're smelling
I
the
want
roses.
to smell them roses.
I love that. Oh my gosh. We do have comments. Let's see.
I take the pink roses too. I'm not afraid of them. I love pink roses too, Sean and Julie.
They'll take all the flowers, right? Okay. Hello.
Hey.
I won last week by picking the jockey in good odds. His name, Kendrick. Okay. Congratulations. We have Jack Fate said, so glad Kendrick is back healthy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jody Alvarez, my husband, gets on 9 to 10 horses a morning sometimes. Same. Yep. I mean, some of these tracks, they have a massive shortage of good
But you know what the problem is? The problem is the jockeys let them do it to them. I feel like in my mind, I always figure, yes, it's real hard to say that whenever you at a small track that, you can stop galloping. But if everybody as grown men wanna pull together and be like, listen, they got enough gallop hands where they need jobs too, because whenever the jockey is doing galloping the horses, the gallop you're getting less and less gallop bars. So it's a bad system,
less and less jobs.
Yes, and then they just depend on the jockeys, or the jockeys put themselves in that position for them to depend on them. It's a tough scenario. Me personally, I always work as many horses as I can. I told them, even in Charlestown days, man, I used to work at least 7, 8 horses, 9 horses, like on Saturdays and Fridays, because
that's Fridays and Saturdays. These guys are doing that now here daily. Would you come back to that world?
That's tough. I would have to sell myself. I sell myself pretty good, Sean.
Well, let's see. We got Jordan. Sorry, Sean. Jordan came in with a question. Parks is my home track. Do you enjoy riding there? Any quirks that you notice with that track to help us handicappers? That's a good question.
Philadelphia. Do I like riding there? Maybe that's a joke. He's joking with me. Now I love Philly Park, man. Philly Park is home. Philly just a track. You just gotta watch the riders. The riders change so much year round at a racetrack where you're gonna get different jockeys that's gonna do different things in the race, and not all of them know what they're doing. I feel like Parks right now, everybody sent a lot. In my eyes, I always sit most of the time whenever I go to Philadelphia, because of that reason,
But now today was the speed favoring because of the muddy.
Yeah, but when you ain't got a horse that can handle the slop, you can only do so much,
Yeah.
So we have Kayla Reeder, Glenn Reeder's daughter. Dad says hi. Glad to see you back. We love Glenn and Kayla and the family.
Oh yeah, Kayla and Glenn, my peoples.
Yeah.
Tell Pops I say hello now.
And then Grandma Horse Racing, she did ask, how do you stay up when injured? I think he kind of touched on that a little bit. This last injury, he said he had to stay in, watch the races, keep up with it a little bit. But when he's off for a while, he likes to kind of separate himself from that. Yeah. Right, that's what I got there. Well, so let's talk Derby. Get into it. Do we have anything special lined up coming up? Any nice 3-year-olds that you're a part of that you're excited about, or?
No, I'm just, hey, the only thing you can do is just have your name in the hat whenever hopefully all the right horses keep winning, and, the jockeys stay with those horses, and, you got to hope that you get a little lucky and get a draw at the straw, and get a good one. I feel like in those races, anything can happen because you can get any different type of pace or scenario, anything. It's horse racing. So, you got to be in it to win it. You know, risk strike. You know, you see it.
Hey, when you're running with that many horses, you know, anything is possible. That's
so
for sure.
you know, just being in it and you know having the opportunity to make a difference, maybe make a difference in it. You know, that's a plus for me.
So I have a question. This is from Alexis Rios. I want to say this might be Alexis Rios, the bug that is at Charlestown, not his dad. Kendrick, I respect, or the bug coming up. Kendrick, I respect the work you've put in. I must ask, if you could do your bug again, what would you do differently?
To be honest, man, I would have left Louisiana faster, man. I stayed in Louisiana 6 months too long, to be honest. They got me out of Sam Houston when I had 6 months left. And when I tell you, you know, my career went to a different level. I wrote Philadelphia, I wrote Penn National, I wrote Monmouth, I wrote New York, you know, and then you see how different the racetracks start changing and started getting casinos. So, you know, that even just like all went in the right way. But man, I would have left. Just leave from wherever you're at. I always say that. If wherever you're at, they see you as who you are, as you know, just being around them and stuff. You got to go somewhere else and build, man. That's not your home. You know, you got to go build a home.
Leaving home is always a good thing, at least for a while until you make it. Then you can come back. Home will always be there. I learned that one myself. We have Omar here, one of the classiest person you will ever meet on and off the track. Always positive vibes with this guy. Big up, family. Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Bless up, Aya. One love.
And then Gregory Harvey says, Kendrick exudes class, great guy, very confident and savvy. Sean, I keep cutting you off, don't I? Go.
So Kendrick brought up a good point that we've been talking about. How do we get jockeys across all these tracks to kind of unite and fight for what you guys need?
It's very hard, Sean. It's a very touchy subject. You know, I feel like it gotta come from, let's say for instance, the HISA situation that's going on right now, right? We should have been, if they wanted to put in a policy for horse racing and drugging and making sure horses, trainers don't cheat or whatever it's doing, we should have been put in on that policy as well as jockeys. Let's put it like that. Because it's just tough, man. It's really tough, Sean. It's hard to explain, you know. You got to be in together, man. You really do.
We need more unity. And
you know, if I can say one thing that can help every racetrack around the world is being the trainer, the jockey, the owner, the breeders, all those 4 people, if they all can come together as one and set the differences aside because we're trying to save our industry, we can go forward. But that everybody have, you know, everybody feel like if they're in their own space because they have on their license trainer, owner, jockey, you know, everybody got their own space in the racehorse industry. And it's the same way outside too, but
yeah, I was gonna say it's corporate America as well. It's just
right, but you understand what I'm saying though. You know, I'm just you feel what I'm saying? You don't have to be in your own space to help out the whole industry. You know, we all got to come together. You know, that's what I've been. That's what's been going on over the years from what I've been in the game. You know, I just see things just changing just because no leadership. You know, like, you know, you got to
too many people for themselves. And yes, we compete when we go out on the track, but in order to get what needs to be done, we all have to come together because we all do this together. Right?
Yeah. Well, no, also what makes me mad is why isn't there a spokesperson? You know, it could be Julie and I, but it doesn't need. I'm not going to speak for. But we're here promoting the game. Why isn't there somebody at the track that's promoting the track, that's saying all the great things? Instead, they're just behind a wall. They don't even want to talk to people. We go to them to try to get access, and they don't even want to talk to people. It's like they want nothing to do with horse racing at all, and I don't understand.
Not all tracks. I want to say that some have been very, willing and excited, but some don't have. It's more. I think what you're trying to get at is more pushing the casino. We see much more of that than the racing.
The guy running the track or the person running the track or being the spokesperson should be the biggest fan of that track is what I'm trying to say. They shouldn't be hiding behind the wall. They should be selling it. If this is the greatest thing, I'm enjoying, and there's not. And I don't understand why those people don't get a chance.
Right. To be honest, I can say I've been in New York. I was in Philadelphia for a while. I was in Charleston. I've been everywhere, but I've been in New York, and I can say the guy in New York that runs the racetrack, Glenn, Kozak, maybe. He was in Maryland years ago. He calls. He want to understand everything. He want the best for horse racing and horses and jockeys and everything. It's been a pleasure being around some of that because I never had that coming throughout the years because the smaller places that I've been to. So.
And that's the stuff I would love to see trickle down, not just at the big tracks,
It's just everybody want to stick their money in their pocket, not make it even bigger, I know if I had $1 million, not a million, let's say a half of like $50 million business, I'm gonna try to make it $150 million business. I'm because that's all a person needs is access to money. A broke person that want to make a hustle, want to make something out of itself. That's but some people, they got so much money, it don't matter. They only care about one thing, it's not good. Greed kills everything.
You're right. Let's get to some questions here. Bob Keaton, what racetrack would you like to race at that you've never raced before?
I want to go to Lone Star. They say Lone Star is beautiful.
Okay. And then let's see. Sean Nolan, he says, not only is Kendrick one of my favorite jockeys, he is also one of my favorite people in racing. He makes everyone around the racetrack better. I agree.
My people. Yeah. I know you should.
Sean. And then let's see. Gregory Harvey, the younger generation of horsemen and women need to be brought in. Getting a badge should be 16 as it was when I was a kid. The family aspect is missing in the horse game, basically, so you start young. I agree. When I was a kid, it was 16. I went out there on my 16th birthday to gallop. It's not like that anymore.
Nah. Well,
has Kendrick ever raced overseas?
Overseas? Yeah, I went to Canada.
That's across the border.
That's overseas.
What sea did you cross, friend, to go over there?
I don't know. I went to what is it? Erie? Is it Erie?
Erie, Pennsylvania? That's not across the sea. I can't take it.
No, Lake Erie. I crossed somewhere.
Oh, you crossed the okay.
No, I never rode in the out of the country. I would love to.
Yeah, the Dubai World Cup. Would you go?
Yeah, I want to go to Australia. I want to go where my valet from. I would like it over there. Look like a little speed track over there.
So we got Stephen Smith, Kendrick, the real big man. Keep pushing the black jockey colony.
Yeah.
We love it. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, I was going to say Australia, what you see on TV and stuff, they love their horse racing over there. And they have radio shows and everything with horse racing over there. So
yes,
I feel like that should be our goal is everything Australia's doing, do it here.
They do stuff correctly, man. Them in China, they do stuff really correctly. I mean, I tell you, look at
Andre said Niagara Falls.
There you go.
And these two. Oh, let's see. Ross Blacker, Kendrick's wife Whitney is great people, great family. Yes, we love Whitney. Ross Blacker.
Yeah.
So what else is coming up then this week, Sean? I'm sure you've got his entries there. What have you got picked out?
Well, what do you have picked? Do you know what you have, Kendrick?
They only got Friday out, but I really never look at it yet. You know, I don't like to look at it this far. It don't pay to
Do you wait until you get into the room to look at what you ride?
No. I like to do it. I like to do it the day before. I sleep good on it. Then I reorganize it the next day. You know, if I got some changes when I fall asleep. You know.
Well, that's a good thing too. You said you were watching horse racing this time you were out for 3 weeks. So how many times were you critiquing jockeys and going, man, why the heck did he do that? Or what is he thinking there? What's that person doing?
Now, you know, I tell you what, man, the time I was off in 3 or 4 weeks, I saw some good rides by a lot of riders in New York, you know, so, you know, that made me want to go back and put on my own little show, you know, so, you know, that's some of the things that, you know, I don't like to critique people too much because, you know, I'm not that person. I'd rather go see if I can ride the horse to win on the horse, you know. I'm that person, you know. So that just beats that makes me get pumped up, man, when I see stuff like that. I like seeing jockeys ride aggressive. I like seeing jockeys stay safe. First of all, you can ride aggressive, but stay safe, you know. It's, you know, everybody want to go home to their families at the end of the day. You know, I can't. I've been riding for 22 years. I never put nobody's life in danger. I love everybody when I'm going around the track. Yes, I'm a try to outsmart you and keep you in or do what I have to do to win, but that's only if I'm going to get the whole chicken.
And I will totally agree. I don't think I've ever seen you, especially here in the bull ring, ever put anybody in a dangerous situation.
Nah.
We have another question from the up-and-coming Bug. What's the best advice you'd give an apprentice before he rides his first race? You know his dad.
Yeah, I know his dad.
Okay.
I remember him. Okay. Get a piece of gum, man. I mean, just chew it, man. Just chew it because you're gonna be in that post parade. You're gonna be thinking so much. Your brain gonna suck the juice out of your mouth. Just hey, man, you natural. Be natural, man. Your dad is a jock. You have a gifted talent. I'm sure I'm sure you're nice and short like him and tiny. So, just be relaxed, man. You're gonna be nervous because I be nervous sometimes too. You know, I don't tell nobody, but I get nervous sometimes. Especially when I'm in the gate, I want to get out of there a little fast. So it's okay to be nervous, man. Nervous means you want to do good. So
yeah, it means you care about anything in life.
Yeah, you know, and
well, besides your first mount, when are some of the times that you've really been nervous?
The Derby?
You know, no, the Derby didn't make me nervous.
Well, I was nervous watching for you.
No, it didn't make me nervous. You know, I was just in the moment, man. Those things, I don't know if you get nervous because it's just so loud and you're in the moment. You don't even feel a nerve. You know what I mean? I mean, to be honest, for me, you know. So, yeah, you know, Saratoga bring a lot of that out of me. Saratoga, you know, you hit a crowd and people screaming, you know, and you know, between Aqueduct and Saratoga, that's my spot. You know, that's where it brings out Kendrick more.
Do the horses really feel Saratoga, where you can tell they're a little bit more nervous than other tracks?
Yeah, because it's just more people around them, you know. But
more energy.
Yeah, they feel it. We feel it too. It's more heat, everything, you know. So they try to plug their ears to keep them nice and calm, going through the paddocks and stuff. Make sure they don't lose their cool, you know.
So David Perez says, Kendrick, the Kobe Bryant of horse racing, always working on his craft and studying. And then we have something here from Jack Fate. What's the most lengths you have ever won a race by? And when you won that race, did you expect to win by so much or were you surprised? And do you remember the longest odds you've ever won on? Thanks.
Oh my God.
Your memory's being tested tonight.
Well, I'm gonna give him the closest one that I went on that paid was Burt Bonnet when I went to the Kentucky Derby. Okay, that made history because he was the longest long shot to ever win the Wood Memorial. Mm-hmm. He was at 87-1 or 97-1, something like that.
Yep.
So that's the latest one. And what was the first question he
asked? How many lengths have you ever won? The most lengths you've won a race by? And did you expect to win by that many?
Yeah. Usually when they win that far. You expect them to win that far. They put in that spot to win that far.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's just a rocking chair ride. You know, I really don't like those, to be honest, Jack. You know, I like things to be a challenge. You know, you can't challenge your brain if you're just going out there, sitting out there, just riding around there the whole time, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I don't want to keep you all night. I know you mentioned that you had.
Yeah, you know, I got to cook dinner for the family, you know.
But listen, we and look, the Alexis did come back and said thank you. So we
You're
love that
welcome,
you're out
man.
here helping the youth. I will say that he watches Andre and he does critique him when he was out. He not in a mean way though. He calls him and he puts him on to knowledge, and we're just so grateful because if anybody, that we want to tell him what to do, especially here at the Bull Ring, it is the man himself. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go because
Oh, what's up, Sean? Everything cool?
Yeah, we're good. Absolutely. Always like when you're on the show, you make it easy.
Yeah. You know.
Hopefully we get back to Saratoga this year and visit you again.
I told him
Yeah.
we're coming. I already
No,
told
you
him.
gotta no. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all having me on the show, and I will share some of this good dinner with y'all. But
What are you having?
Yeah, what are you having?
I'm gonna make steak on a black skillet over here. Probably about medium. And I got some toast that I'm gonna spread some butter, cheese, and Parmesan. All of that good stuff. Stick it in the oven, get a little crisp time. On point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just wrap it up with Terry saying great jockey in person. And then Andre says, love this guy, always great advice. Can't wait to ride with you. And then Jack Fate, beautiful thanks, rocking chair ride. So
yeah. He knows it.
Kendrick, thank you so much for kicking off Monday night for us. And we love you here at Horse Racing Today. We love the family. We'll be watching you, and we'll definitely have you back on.
Thanks for having me on. Like to say hi to all my fans, all my people out there. I love y'all, man. Let's keep the push, man. Help me push when I get to the 16th pole.
Oh, we do over here.
Louisiana in the house, baby.
All right. Good night.
All right.
Thanks,
all right. That was awesome. What a great interview. I promised him I'd keep it around 30 minutes, guys, because he had to cook dinner for the kids and family. So we respect that. We love that. It's his night off. He's back home. So, yeah.
Yep.
Well,
and you say night off, but he had to work during the day and he had to drive a little bit.
His night off.
Yeah. Literally just the night off. So
yeah. So he's home with his family. Let him enjoy that.
Yeah. Then he's cooking dinner too. So
yeah,
does it all.
So but what a guy. I love his personality. He's great for the game. He's great. His enthusiasm for the sport and his willingness to help others. I love it. We need more people like that for sure. What do we got coming up, Sean?
So tomorrow we have John Robb's assistant trainer, Jessica Lindsay, on. And then Wednesday we have an apprentice rider. He's been riding at NYRA with Kendrick. He's also been riding at Parks with Kendrick, Jason Hayes.
Okay, great.
He's had some success. He was an exercise rider that was up to like 140, 150 pounds. He said he wants to be a jockey, and he got his weight down the right way, I believe. And he looks great.
About that because I saw the photo. He's just like a whole new person. And Jessica tomorrow, she's Rob's assistant, but she is a just true lover of the horse. She's amazing. She actually just helped me rescue one. So she is just a godsend, and I can't wait to pick her brain. She's been rolling around at the racetrack and done all kinds of jobs for a long time. So she'll be a great guest to have tomorrow as well. Anything else exciting going on?
Tomorrow's Tuesday, so then we have Rich and Terry, I believe, with Parks tomorrow at noon Eastern time. And then also the college basketball tournament starting up this week, pickswiththeprofessor.com, at Professor Sides on Twitter. And he's got a YouTube that he talks about all this. So if you're betting on that kind of stuff too, always a good thing to check out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what a great way to kick off Monday night. If you're not already, follow us on all of our socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Drop us a comment, show us some love. We love talking back to you guys. As always, we try to respond to everybody as best as we can. It's usually me or Sean you're talking to. Usually Sean. If I chime in,
also that Best Bad BB Madness tournament was done. Congrats to the people that made it to the Final Four, and congrats to Andy Ferris that won the tournament. So
yes,
I'll reach out to everybody. I know Andy Ferris. He's getting Mike Smith signed pictures. Mike's going to send him some pictures tomorrow. So
very cool. Oh my gosh, my dog is taking out my background. Okay, well, I guess that's her show. That's her sign for me to get off of here. So before the whole thing falls down, I guess that takes us wire to wire, and we will see everybody else in the
winner circle.